The first time I bought my house, I had no idea what I was doing. And honestly, I was intimidated and a little bit scared. I really wish that I would have had somebody there to just give me the steps so that I would have some clarity and a pretty good understanding what to expect. So my hope is with this video that that's exactly what it's going to do. So let's jump right into it. So either bookmark this video or grab a pad and a pen. Step number 1, pre-approval. The pre-approval is so important, and it has to be the first step, because you're not going to know what price range to be looking in to buy a home unless you know what the bank is willing to loan you. So what does that require? Well, a pre-approval is pretty simple. You're going to fill out a federal loan application, and the questions are the same no matter who the lender is. Once you complete that application, it's going to let you know what type of documents you're going to need to upload into the system. And the loan officer needs to review these documents to figure out what your max purchase price is going to be, what your monthly payment is going to be, what kind of terms you can expect, and whether or not you're going to qualify for first-time homebuyer programs. If you have any questions, you can always ask me, and I'll be happy to explain exactly what it is that I need. The second thing you're going to want to do once your pre-approval is done is you're going to want to interview real estate agents. It's probably a good idea to interview more than one to make sure that you get somebody who's experienced and knows the area that you're going to be shopping in. The next one is going to be, well, I would say this is probably the fun part, is shopping for a house. So you and your real estate agent are going to go out and you're going to go look at houses that meet the criteria that you want. And once you find the house that you really like, that's step number 4, and that's going to be to make an offer. Now, making an offer is a very important part of this process because you're going to be writing up a contract with your real estate agent, and you're going to be submitting that contract to the seller. And that contract is going to state how much you want to pay for the house, how much time you need to be able to get your loan done. It's also going to include some type of deposit, either earnest money or in some states it's called due diligence fee. And that's going to be where you're going to be writing a check to the seller, and in some cases it's non-refundable. In other cases it is. You have to speak to your real estate agent about that. It varies by state. And then the 5th thing is going to be, once the seller approves your offer, you're going to start inspections. And I can almost guarantee you it's the first thing your real estate agent is going to do is say you need to get a home inspection. As a lender, the only inspection that we typically require is the appraisal. Now, if you're purchasing a home that's on well water or has a septic system, then depending on the loan program, you may have to have a well test as well as a water test to verify that the septic is working and that the water is potable. And by the way, once you have all these inspections done, it's important to note that if you don't end up buying the home for whatever reason, you're not going to get those fees refunded. So once you pay for the well test, septic, appraisal, home inspection, that money is gone. So just be aware of that. The next step is your file is going to go to an underwriter, and the underwriter has the power to either approve or deny your loan. So it's really important that when we gather all the documentation for your file, that we have as much information in there as possible so that you don't get any unpleasant surprises. And to be honest with you, I really urge all of my customers to let me get your file underwritten and pre-approved before you even go out shopping for a home. So that way, the only thing that the underwriter really needs to review is the appraisal, the title report, and the homeowner's insurance. And as long as those 3 things check out, you're good to go. Which brings me to the next step. Once the underwriter has reviewed the file and they've signed off on everything, they're going to issue a clear to close. Clear to close just means that you're done with the loan process, and then your file moves on to the next step, which is closing. So your file is going to go to the closing department, and they're going to do several things. First, they're going to order your loan documents, and these are the final documents that you're going to sign with either the attorney, the notary, or the escrow officer, depending what state you're in. When you sign those loan documents, they're going to go through something called the closing disclosure. The closing disclosure is going to break down in really great detail all of the fees that you paid to each person who is in this process. Now, before that, as a lender, we're going to send you what's called a loan estimate earlier in the process. So this isn't going to be the first time that you see the fees and estimated closing cost. But this is going to be the final, where all the numbers are exact, down to the penny. So you can sit down, you're going to sign all these documents at closing, and then the settlement agent, which again is either the attorney or the escrow officer, is going to send the deed and the deed of trust to the county recorder, and they're going to stamp the deed and the deed of trust. And as soon as they do that, you are now the legal owner of the home. So congratulations, you're a homeowner. But that is a step-by-step process that you can expect. Now, obviously, with each one of those steps, there's a lot of information and ins and outs. There's just so many variables. There's no way I can cover all of them in this video. But just so that if you want to write these steps down, you have an idea as the process goes along where you are and what's left to be done. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. You can email me or just leave comments down below in the comment section. I hope that you found this video useful. Have a great day.